account. Now, I'm making this video to essentially encourage each and every one of you to journal events. Good morning and you're welcome to Daily Dose. I bring you a word from the Lord from Luke chapter 1 and starting from verse 2. It says, just as those who from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word delivered them to us. It seemed good to me to also, having had perfect understanding of all things from the very first, to write to you an orderly account, most excellent Theophilus. Now, somebody usually will skip this aspect of the scripture. This is Apostle Paul writing to his son Theophilus. And what he was trying to do was to actually give him an orderly account. He says, this is what we wrote and this is what we read from the scripture, that we understood that there is a transition from the Bible that speaks to how a certain account. So when you read the book of the law, for instance, this is where Moses wrote the Genesis up to Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. All right. There is also what they call the book of the prophet. There is also what they call the New Testament, which is the account that we're reading today. So it says, just as those who were from the beginning are eyewitness of and ministers of the word delivered them to us, which means they gave us an accurate account of the scripture. He says, I also am responsible to give you an accurate account of what exactly happened. This was John's birth, which announced, and then Jesus' birth. Now, all of these things were accounts. Now, I'm making this video to essentially encourage each and every one of you to journal events. Make it a point of duty to journal events in your life that God is, anything God is doing. You have an encounter with the scripture. Make a mental note to write those things down that God has spoken to you in specific terms. Ensure to do these things as a means of diligence. And that's why Luke said this thing. He says, I've made this account and I want you to understand that this is the way to go. So as you journey in life in general, ensure to make a mental note, to write things down and to journal according to the scriptures God gives you on a daily basis. So journal today. This is me, encouraging you on that. Until tomorrow, when I see you again on the Daily Dose to bring you another word from the Lord. All right, keep subscribing, keep liking, and keep sharing. Until tomorrow, I'll see you. Blessings.